have two kids. I've two boys. One is nearly 7. The other is 5. And it's great. It's great having kids. It does put stress on the relationship, I have to admit. And you can tell that the stress has been placed on the relationship. It's how you greet each other in the morning. That's a real measure of how you're getting on as a couple. I remember, before we had kids, I'd say things to my wife in the morning. First thing out of my mouth would be something like, "Oh, that was a crazy night last night." Or, "Oh, here she is. Mrs. dances on the tables. What are we doing today? What are we doing today to take on the world together as a team? You and me against the world together, my darling." Something like that. But 2 years ago, I remember my wife was coming down the stairs, and the first words out of my mouth to this beautiful woman I'm spending the rest of my life with were the words, "Oh, good, you're up. Watch him while I have a shit." Where's the love? Where's the romance in that? Watch him while I have a shit. I think the worst part of that is I could have just left something to the imagination. I could have said, "Will you just give me a few minutes?" But no, I wanted her to know. And I wanted her to know I'd been waiting. I'm not just going in there for a skive. Yeah, important shitting business is taking place. Yes, I'm taking the iPad, but nevertheless. But having 2 kids is interesting. It's really fascinating, because you have one kid first. That's usually how it works. And the love you feel for that newborn baby, that love you feel for that first kid, it's incredible. Because when it's newborn, it's a very pure, uncomplicated love, because it hasn't done anything to annoy you yet. So it's an all-encompassing feeling. And you think, I don't have room in my heart to love anyone else as much as I love this kid. That's what you think. You think, I don't have the capacity as a human being to love anyone else as much as I love this baby. I don't have the energy. I just can't do it. I couldn't possibly ever love anyone else as much as I love this baby. And then you have a second child, and you realise you were right. It's incredible. Totally to learn. Well, it's just hard to crank up the enthusiasm all over again. Look, he's rolling over. Yeah, you know, we've got one that walks. That wins. That totally wins. We have 2 kids, and 2 will do. We're stopping at 2. So we decided. It's been decided. It's been decided that I should have a vasectomy. So I went to the doctor, because let's leave this one to the experts. Yeah. I mean, DIY, I draw the line at certain things. I went to the doctor, and now my local GP is a woman. I've never thought of her as a woman. I just think of her as a doctor. You know, she's our local GP. That's all she is in my head, right? Until this day. When I went to see her, I said, "We've got 2 kids, as you know. I don't want any more, so I'd like to have a vasectomy." And she stops me. She goes, "I can't talk to you about this on your own. I need to discuss this with your wife as well, because this affects her too." And I'm like, "But they're my balls." And I realise how high-pitched that came out. It does rob me of some of the authority I'm trying to convey. But they're my balls. And she just gives me this condescending, doctory look like, "We get a lot of men in here thinking it's their balls." You are merely the keeper of the balls. I need to discuss this with the owner of the balls. As the leaseholder, if you wish to make any structural changes to the property, you will need the permission of the freeholder. If you can have her come down at our earliest convenience, please. So I'll go home, tell my wife the news. The following week, we go down to the doctor together. Now, since the kids, we don't get out of the house together very often anymore, so we neck a bottle of red wine and call it date night. We go to the doctor, and it's like they don't want to do it. It's like, I understand they have to make sure that you're a candidate for surgery, but the questions they ask. First of all, she says, "Have you really thought about this?" Which I think is the dumbest question I've ever been asked in my life. Have we thought about it? No, we were passing. We were passing, and we heard that you do operations for free, and we love a bargain, so here we are. We rolled dice to decide what was happening. Double one, I'm having a vasectomy. That's just how it came up. Which is a shame, because she has a rash, really needs looking at, but she didn't get the 6 in the 1 she needs. Rules are rules. Have we thought about it? No, I woke up this morning and went, "My balls don't hurt. How do I remedy the situation?" Yes, we've thought about it. Then she says, "Are you sure you don't want to have any more children?" And the 2 of us, like quick as lightning, we've never been more sure of anything in our entire lives. We've barely said a civil word to each other in about 6 years. What did you think we were answering in the first question? Have you thought about this? Yes, we have. Are you sure? Do I have any more children? Oh, that didn't come up. I thought we'd examine this from every angle. I thought we were thinking about it, but it turns out that means we can't have any more kids. We did not cover that when we were thinking about it. Then she says, have you considered other forms of contraception? Which we have. Obviously, there's the pill, which as you get older, there's more health risks involved, particularly if you're a bloke. There's condoms. Condoms, excellent form of contraception. If you're out there, you're on the scene, use condoms, they're fine things, but they're more of a young person's game. It's all well and good when you're young. You were there on the end. What age are you?
24.
You're 24. What's your name?
Ben.
Ben? Ben, 24. See, condoms, not a problem to the likes of you, Ben. But Ben, there's a difference between you and I. You're 24, I'm 45, and the main difference between you and I, it's our erections. Yeah. Our erections, they're not the same. And the main difference in our erections is very simple, this, Ben. Ben, your erection will wait while you go and get a condom, won't it? Yeah. I envy you, Ben. That's it.